Okay. Well, here we are. This is the 4th annual Speaking of Strange UFO experience, and it's a pleasure to be able to share this with you. Of course, I specialize in ghost research, but this is one of those occasions when we dig into the UFO phenomenon, because when it comes to cryptids, UFOs, psychic activity, we love it all. And so this is a time for people to come together from all over the United States, use their creativity and their engineering ability to try to create a convincing illusion of a UFO in the sky after dark. And the cool thing about it is, since we're launching them after dark, all that matters is the illuminated portion. So it's about creating that illusion. Some people here have made UFOs for less than $5. I think the most expensive one is $100. So if we see something that is convincing enough to make us believe it could be a real UFO, if we didn't know otherwise, then it could tell us a lot about how easy it is to fake some of the images that we are asked to analyze all the time. Now, of course, the Speaking of Strange UFO experience is sponsored by my paranormal radio show called Speaking of Strange on News Radio 570 WWNC, Saturday nights at 2:11 p.m. And this is a non-profit event. We don't charge any admission to come here and participate. Anybody can come and build a fake UFO. Some people have constructed a UFO in 10 minutes. Other people have been working for days or weeks. And since there is no entrance fee, since there is no charge to come here, it's a very friendly, low-key, down-home type of environment. And however, we do have some good prizes for those people who seem to be most convincing in terms of what they create. In fact, the first prize for this year's winner is going to be a whole weekend getaway in scenic Greystone Cabins Estate in Landis. And other prizes include gear like meters and instruments from paranormalinvestigation.com, or we have a painting that Yeva has donated. We have a meteorite that we're going to give away to one of the winners. Tickets to Haunted Asheville Ghost Tour, Haunted Asheville Trolley Tour, all kinds of things. So there really is some motivation to be a little competitive and try to get that extra edge to make sure that your UFO looks as good as possible. And so shortly we are going to begin the launches. I know that there's always a little bit of tension at this stage because everybody wants to make sure the crowd gets excited when this spectacular display occurs. And in order to learn more about this type of event and to join us every year, go to UFOcontest.com and you'll find all the information there and directions. This year and for the past 4 years, we've held this in Martinsville, North Carolina, which is about 10 minutes north of Nashville. So again, UFOcontest.com has all the details. In just a few moments, we are going to fill the sky with spectacular illumination.
simple craft, as you can see. Painter's drop claws, plastic, heat sealed, into more or less a pillar shape with birthday candle engines as a heat source. These items can actually change directions, can change formations, form geometric patterns. I mean, they can appear quite mysterious in the night sky. So, hopefully we will achieve that effect tonight. Again, every flight's different. No flight is ever the same. So we're hoping that this will go off without a hitch. And again, this is often dependent of the weather gods than of anything else. Thank you.
We have all ages, all sizes. Everybody getting ready here, all excited for the UFOs to start taking flight.
I want a picture of
Filming you, I'm filming me.
Here we are, getting ready. Whoa, watch out. Watch out. There's some big UFOs here tonight, I'll tell you what. They're getting ready.
That wind is quite problematic.
I'm Jeff Wilson, Morristown, Tennessee. Jeff Wilson, Morristown, Tennessee. I'm here to compete in the UFO contest. Won it 3 years in a row, and hopefully this will be the fourth.
Hi, I'm Eric, and I'm here with the Asheville Paranormal Society. And the reason I'm here is because I actually love to watch things fly. There's just a few buddies of mine here. My mom, for one. Big Ben. And Big Ben. And that's about it.
Hello, I'm Big Ben. How you doing? We're here at the UFO gathering. Part of the APS group for ghost hunters in Asheville, North Carolina. We're out tonight to fly UFOs, get to know people, meet and greet, show some love, and just enjoy ourselves. And those of you who want to come out next year, fly a kite or a UFO or just mooze and cruise, come on down and hang out, and let's get a rock on. But yeah, peace out. Look in the skies for our brothers and sisters in space, and watch out for any ghouls and goblins behind you. It's all love, we're all family. All right, take it easy. Big Ben out.
I recommend you just take $2 out of your wallet and give us all the rest. You'll also find some coupons nearby for the Haunted Asheville Ghost Tour. I also want to remind you that GLoLady with TV is documenting all of this. But most importantly, I want you to have fun, bear with us as we do something that's very unconventional here, and we weigh our odds up against Mother Nature in terms of wind currents. But as I said earlier, if you weren't able to hear it, I hope that you will think about how you would view each one of these craft if you were to walk outside your house and see this above. Would you think it was fake, or would you think it could possibly be otherworldly? Now, whenever there are large gusts of wind like the one we're getting right now, keep in mind that we are surrounded by trees, and it is up to the discretion discretion of each person who is going to launch a UFO when he or she feels is the best time to do so. Of course, our champion for 3 years in a row has been Jeff Wilson from Tennessee. Good for Jeff. And Jeff has another big surprise for us. He is going to launch the last UFO of the night to see if he can make it 4 years in a row as first place winner. But in the meantime, just to officially kick things off, Jeff has a preliminary UFO he's created that's now going to touch the heavens. Jeff Wilson, let's go ahead and release our first UFO of the night whenever you're ready, sir.
When the lights flash, don't flash, you see the spin.
You can still see that.
It's not a plane.
This event, it airs every Saturday night, 8 to 11 p.m. on News Radio 570, that's AM 570, WWNC. And if you cannot get the broadcast directly from the station, it's also podcast and archived online. You can also listen to it streaming live online. There will be no Speaking of Strange tomorrow night due to a ball game that has preempted the program. However, the next time we do Speaking of Strange, then we will certainly feature interviews that I've taken with various competitors tonight, and we'll have as much information as possible about how the event went, and we're going to keep coast to coast and informed as well. So Forrest, Connor, and Andrew, are you fellas ready? And the creative impression we want to give. So let's all do a countdown here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off!
Oh, those go in the trees.
It's looking.
Oh,
It's Roswell.
Somebody catch it before it hits the tree.
grab it.
For all of these craft to be considered for competition, they have to stay airborne. But if there is any craft that cannot stay airborne, by the end of the night, we're going to hook up more balloons to all of them, and we're going to see whatever it takes to get them either hung in a tree or into the sky. So right now, Forrest Connor is going to try his again by hooking another balloon on it. You should never underestimate the amount of weight that these crafts have compared to the lift power of helium balloons. And as far as I know, for tonight's particular event, every single UFO we're going to put in the sky will simply be airborne because it's attached to helium, with the exception of Jim from Tennessee, whose balloons will be totally hot air powered. And to make it even more exciting, if Jim is successful tonight in getting his launch, he is trying to reproduce the Phoenix lights. And if he is able to do this, he will demonstrate that the Phoenix lights effect could have been created for less than $20, I believe. So we'll see whether or not he is successful with that. But next, of course, let's be patient as Forrest Connor adds a little more lift to his UFO. And keep in mind, all of you who are competing, you can choose where you want to launch them from anywhere in the field. If you think that the other side is better in terms of a clearing, we can do it there. You have to be able to manage the air currents as you pilot your craft. And This UFO, as you probably have seen, not only is airborne because it's attached to helium balloons, but Forrest Connor has a remote control in his hand, and there is a motor helping to give it lower thrust. Are we ready to try this again? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off. It's looking like a beautiful start. Can it rise quickly enough to clear the trees? It's looking good. Oh, it looks like they are. If it can just move a little faster and rise a little higher,
It doesn't have enough gas.
takes it over those trees,
Go!
then we will have a successful one. Everybody use your telekinetic power now. Uh-oh. Actually, a quite impressive effect if it can make it. It looks like it cleared the trees and is now off to haunt the people of Barnardsville. Forrest Connor and Andrew. That's next year, man. You get to work on that. All right, so we've had now successful launch number 2 of the night. And now, who would like to go next? How about Yeva? Would Yeva prefer to wait until... Okay, Yeva's going to wait until after Jeff does his because she's going to use some of his balloons. All right, so next, let's go to UFO Phil. That's right. UFO Phil Preston. And Phil Preston is the, I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, the husband of Helen Preston, who is, that's right, the best travel agent in the world, and she is the lady to see if you want to come with us on our paranormal cruise in May, Expedition 2012. And Expedition 2012 is going to take us to explore Mayan ruins. And we're going to go to Grand Cayman and Cozumel and Belize and Honduras. And if you pick up one of these flyers out here, you will find that it has a typo. It says May of 2008. Well, that was in the past. It's supposed to be May of 2009, which is this coming May. So grab one of those flyers and go sign up right now at paranormalcruise.com. Lauren is going to be handing out those coupons and other flyers and materials a little later tonight as well. So now, are you going to simply thrust yours into the sky, or do you have a UFO to, or I mean a helium balloon for you?
I've not obtained a helium balloon yet.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to rely on gravity. So this will be a very time-sensitive, yes.
All right. So the first thing, everybody, the first thing we're going to do is see what he can achieve if he simply throws his UFO into the air.
Somebody catch it.
And then he's going to try hooking it to a balloon. So heads up, everybody. You might be hitting the head by a crow from outer space. Let's see what happens. Everybody back. Let's give him some.
Just go straight up like a disc. Yes, that's right. Camera's ready. Camera's ready.
Countdown now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. It went directly for Yeva. She attracted it like some magnet out here. I hope it didn't hurt you.
Okay.
All right. Uh-oh. And, okay, well, now, do you want to toss another one, or what do you have?
Well, I can toss my cookies, I guess.
All right, let's toss your cookies.
All right, ready.
Let me have the
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heads up!
Coming back.
One, heads up!
Coming back.
Nice catch.
2 in a row. Beautiful.
Ready to launch his?
We got the flux capacitor.
The flux capacitor is ready.
Pretty darn good. This is injection molded technology from Japanese fast food. Oh, it's pulling me off my feet.
Okay, folks, here we go. This is what we can achieve with a we go. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff!
Oh, sorry.
Good spin, Helen.
We got the leader.
Oh, that's creepy.
Oh, it's taking off. Oh, and it's
A very successful launch into the sky. Nice roll of an air current going off the Carolina. The Prestons. Be sure, of course, to join us for our paranormal cruise this May. It's a 7-day cruise, luxury cruise. You'll love it, trust me.
Dismay, you won't be dismayed.
Phil with timer, where is Crystal from Asheville coming to the laser beam?
You use his one with the laser.
Okay, well, we might have some other balloons for you. Actually, I'll tell you what. Everybody is wanting to use Jeff Wilson's balloons, so let's just go ahead and do a Jeff Wilson launch so that we can get his balloons for some other launches, and then we'll try to keep Jim from Tennessee as our last launch of the night, if that's okay with Jeff. So Jeff, are you ready to do yours?
Alien quick.
Okay. We're going to bring it right over here and see if this is going to lift. It might not.
Hello. Jim went to see you. That's good. Can you find it? We just want to know. Oh, the last one, yeah. Oh, good. Where's Jim? From there.
Well, actually, go see how the fire's starting there, and we're going to see if it's going to lift it, if we need to do more balloons.
Where can we lift it? From there? Or?
Yeah. Just see.
The plan was
Okay, hold on just a second.
go round and round so it will spin.
Oh yeah, that's going to
That's why I put rubber band there.
Yeah, that'll work.
Let's take it over here then. A resident of Asheville, and she owns the largest collection of alien memorabilia in the entire world. She is a stunning artist in visual media and in sculpture, and Yeva is just fascinated by UFOs and extraterrestrial imagery. So we're going to try to get it into the proper placement, and when they give me the heads up, are you guys ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh, it's heading toward a tree. It's still tethered though, that's the good news. Bringing it back the other way. It's looking good in the sky. This is an example of the wind possibly working against us somewhat here. Okay, looking good now. Making it into a good clear part of the sky. Being tethered is not helping or not hurting. In fact, it's helping it.
Tethered. Brilliant. Brilliant.
What an interesting motion we're starting to get. It almost looks like lights that are jiggling on the bottom of some type of stabilized craft. Now, she is going to keep her UFO as a piece of art. But you can see very nicely, even tethered, how that it appears in the sky. If we were to cut it loose, I think it would look pretty bizarre and pretty interesting. Once again, a close call with the trees. E.T. is coming down to abduct someone. Now, this is what it looks like when a UFO lands in a tree.
It's giving a good jerk. Magic. Just like fish, it's giving a good jerk. It's going to come loose.
I understand Helen Preston is a carp fisherman. For a good rescue and retrieval Now, of course, right now, we're waiting for these balloons, and these are balloons that are handcrafted by Jim. We're waiting to see what's going to happen when they fill with enough hot air to remain sustained, and then we will pray for the best conditions possible once they get further into the sky.
Plenty of surplus lift there before I let it go. Push it out the bottom.
Now he is using his experience in this field to gauge when he has enough hot air to provide thrust that might help us clear some trees. Everybody, keep your fingers crossed. I think we're looking good so far. Oh yes! Oh yes! And beautiful. We're in good shape. The balloon that was handcrafted
What'd that cost you? $3?
by Jim is now making his first real currents in the sky. He's going to attempt to light a series of these that may form a very large geometric pattern in the sky. Because it looks like the current is carrying it to an area where vision may be somewhat blocked by the trees. Now, if you were to see what this thing outside is like, I think it would definitely be here inside. It's like almost a thruster on the bottom. And the thruster has a strange looks like another beautiful launch of his second balloon. Another end for Jim. He's shooting his balloon at a tremendous design in the sky.
Where's the first one? I don't see it. It's over here.
That's awesome!
Second one here. If these balloons form a geometric pattern, it might look like an enormous fish-wing crab. All right, so now we have the third one coming off. This could create a triangle of formation. It all depends on what happens.
We might have to. No, it's over.
It's a little different. What is it?
Like design inside this triangle almost look like a triangular shape to my eye.
Not much to it.
object-controlled flight. You would only know this by seeing such a demonstration, and look at this.
The last one's about to burn
The
out.
Phoenix Lights over Barnardsville, North Carolina. Let's go! Everybody, here we go. Let's do a countdown. Crystal from Asheville. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. It's a cool design. Yeah. She has used some strange sort of translucent mesh to distribute the light. It has interesting dimensions.
You should see this on the camera.
All right.
Nice, calm, stable launch. Looks really interesting.
It's a main ship. Go to the main ship. And then they're gonna tell. And then they're gonna tell their master that it's gonna be an invasion.
Lauren says this reminds her of the creatures in the movie The Abyss.
Right on.
What beautiful conditions we seem to have now. This is her first ever entry in the UFO experience. A big hand for Crystal from Asheville. Yeah. And this has been a great example, if it works, of using some ingenuity to repair a broken stabilizer. Helped by the competitors. That's right. This is the friendliest competition I've ever been a part of. It is that way every year. We do this because we love it, it's fun, and it helps us with research. Okay, starting to get some lift now.
See how it sticks bending? It's broke. Look at that. It's in 2 pieces.
All right, they now have a badly damaged stabilizer. It's looking like this thing might not make it into the air.
Broke. Still looks cool. I mean, see where it's broke? Right there. I mean, it's in 2 pieces. Is there anything we can improvise while it's up? It's so fucking over the top.
I can grab some tape. You want me to grab some tape?
I've already taped it.
Really? It's too hot.
Yeah, it's best. But I mean, as you can see, I mean, the candles lit. I mean, it would have been.
What if you broke the one off this side? Would that balance out?
No, it would make it flat instead of.
Okay, he's trying to see if he can rebalance it.
Look at that. No, that's just put all over.
But it's looking like at this point it's going to be too heavy.
The candles are just falling.
Let it go.
Oh well. Those are the brakes.
It looks cool though, doesn't it? You can imagine. Yes. Big applause for the man who has already given us one big success tonight. Decided unanimously on the winners for this year. And that's usually how it goes. So let me tell you first off what the prizes are going to be and what the arrangement for winners is. We have first place, second place, third place, and 3 honorable mentions. Now, the prizes, as I explained earlier, are going to be in just 1 pack of goodies. And how it's going to be set up is the first place winner will tell us what he or she would like from the pack of goodies. And then the second place can tell us what he or she would like from the pack of goodies. And then so on. And honorable mention will pass out a variety of things to them. Everybody's going to get hats and t-shirts and pins and all kinds of stuff that we have here as well. The prizes will include any of the following. We have an entire weekend at the scenic Greystone Cabins Estate, which is right up the road here in Barnardsville, a place I've been visiting for over 10 years and been having a lot of great experiences there. And I would ask everyone to please be sort of quiet, because I know that there are recordings being made here we might want to use for the radio show or who knows what else. So you have this one prize, which would be the scenic weekend getaway at the Greystone Cabins Estate. We also have a painting by Yeva, which is a special edition print. It's a beautiful painting here. And if you're not familiar with Yeva's art, you should really look into it. It's sort of enchanting, surreal stuff that draws you into her vision. We have some gear from paranormalinvestigation.com, courtesy of Mobius back there, if you want to wave to everybody, Mobius. And that includes meters, and he'll tell you whatever he has that he can offer. We also have free tickets to things like the Haunted Asheville Pub Crawl, or the Haunted Asheville Trolley Tour, the Haunted Asheville Walking Tour. I hope I'm not missing any of the prizes, but we'll go over all that with the winners. Now, the judges this year were, of course, myself and Mobius. If you listen to the radio show, you know that he is an expert on UFOs. They also have Sarah Harrison of the Asheville Paranormal Society, and a man who has flown many of these UFOs in the past, Brian Irish. Wave to everybody. Brian Irish, former lemur investigator and an expert in imagery, and we were looking at these things primarily from how they look to the naked eye, but also took into consideration how they appeared on video. So I'll start with the three honorable mentions, which are prizes of equal value, we'll say. We'll go to the following. Honorable mention to Forrest and Andrew back there in the back for their craft. And of course it failed the first time it went up, but they were able to get it and to revise it and salvage it.
You got it back up.
You got it up. Another honorable mention will go to Yeva for her brilliant blue craft that she put into the air. And it ended up in a tree, but now it's back. It's safe and sound for preservation in her collection. And the third honorable mention will go to Helen and Phil Preston, their first time being in the event. And I think it was the first time a UFO was ever actually tossed in the air as a method of propulsion for our event. But they got one up also that was spinning. Helen used her carp casting arms to give that thing the proper spin, and that was a really nice effect as it was floating in the sky. Considering that these are judgeability, we do take into consideration that people like, Jeff Wilson, he's so generous with his resources and experience, he helped a lot of the other people get their craft up into the sky. Now we go to third place. Again, we have first, second, and third. The third place winner is going to go to a person who created a craft that used a unique design. I've never seen one quite like it, to disperse the light in an interesting way. It was a nice choice of colors, and especially for a person who is participating for the very first time in this event. So third place goes to Crystal from Asheville. Yep, congratulations. You actually played. And now the big two. The hard decision. That leaves us with, of course, Jeff Wilson and Jim. Jeff has been the champion for 3 years in a row. Last year, Jim gave him a run for his money with this big balloon he put up that went through all kinds of weird stages.
Get him, Jim.
So this time it was really difficult, but our first place winner for the 4th annual Speaking of Strange UFO Experience is going to be Jim from Tennessee. And for second place, we'll go to Jeff Wilson. And I'm sure he can settle for second place once in his life. But we all agreed that the amazing thing about what Jim did is he took a lot of odds that were against him in terms of a lot of these balloons that he handcrafted that should, you would think, go up in some kind of random pattern. But he all along said he was shooting for creating the illusion of a very large craft similar to the Phoenix Lights. He was up against the wind and the trees and all these other factors, and even though his grand finale broke apart tonight, we missed nothing because all of us were really surprised to see that that thing actually got up in the sky. It formed this triangular illusion, and I think it gives all of us valuable new insight on judging things like footage of these large crafts similar to the Phoenix Lights. So once again, we have first place Jim from Tennessee, second Jeff Wilson, we've got third Crystal from Asheville, and honorable mentions to the Prestons and Yeva and Forrest and Andrew, but everybody leaves here a winner. It's all great, it needs to be commended, and if these people didn't come here and participate, there would be no event. We'd all be sitting around here throwing light sticks up in the sky. So a true big hand for everybody.
Can't believe it. I've always been a loser, but I'm a winner. I won.
Is she gonna call in today? This is Kelly. This is Kelly M. Beard. This is the girl who is going to be calling in one of these days. But until that day comes, you're going to get sneak previews of her. So hopefully she's going to call in a little bit, and if you'll hang on, I think I might have to call her. Are we having fun yet out there? I hope that you guys liked that UFO picnic. That was pretty neat. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was my second year, and I guess I'll put a little bit more on. And next week I will not be here. I will not be doing a live show. I will be doing my next year. How's that? I'm in the control room. Live show on the 12th. So hopefully you guys will stop back and join me in a couple of weeks and see if I figured out what I'm doing by then. I mean, you guys know how it is. At least those of you who have been hanging around for a while know how it is. It is fun, it is challenging, and how do you like this setup? Hold on and let me see if I can get some other stuff. You ready? Hold on. Alrighty. How's that? Oh, wait a minute. You guys don't want all that sound, do you? You know what that sound is? Oh, you figured that one, huh? There you go. You like that one? Hey, I'm still figuring how to do all this stuff. I'm still figuring out how to call. I had called Kelly and it was busy, and I'm still watching the green light for her to call back. On the 12th, we're going to hook it up so that I'm going to get her to call before we go live. That way I know that she's right there. I think that's like the best thing I can do. Hold on, let me figure out how to do this, okay? All right, no, that's still not it. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, sorry, can't put you guys out in the field while we're at it. But what can I say? Hold on, and let me turn down that. Isn't it fun actually producing your own TV show? That's the fun of URTV. You can do all kinds of really good stuff, and it's really good if you pay attention when you're doing your studio class. Doing my studio class, I am now a member of URTV for 1 year. Today's my day of renewal, and yeah, I'll be coming back. Something that I'm going to be paying attention to is the storms that are out there. Did you guys check them out lately? Hold on. There we go. How's that? Make up my mind, would ya? Anyhow, hopefully Kelly will be here, and that's going to be right around the harvest moon, and she'll tell you all kinds of good stuff. She just did a call-in with the new moon in Virgo, and she does a lot of really neat stuff. If you go to karmictools.com, I know I have those other things going, and it's like if I could figure them out, I'd share them with you, but you guys know how it is. Ah, there we go. How's that? I'll just have that running, and then you'll see her. You'll see more of her. But anyhow, the show that they had was like so way cool. Oh, sorry. I was just looking at that thing, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. What is that? I taped over top of something. And that's what happens when you tape over top of something. You get some stuff underneath. Anyhow, I had a fantastic time out there with Josh and the gang out in Bernardsville, or Barnardsville, whatever you want to call it. It was a lot of fun. And hopefully you guys will want to come out again, or come out next year. It had to have tripled in size just from last year to this year. I was really, really surprised. Yeah, sorry. I know I keep promising you, Kelly, and it's like, what else is new? I keep promising you it's going to go. Well, no, I'm not promising you it's going to go right, because you guys know how it goes. It doesn't always go right. It doesn't always go the way that I planned. So I always have to go to plan A, plan B. And it's like, you know, I had like 10 minutes for her to call in, and it's, what can I do? So now we're just going to talk. The storms that are out there, yeah, if you have your loved ones, you want to tell them to leave. I'm hoping that someone will understand the importance of the rail cars with the toxic chemicals, if they are aware of them also, and get them moved and things like that. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm not going to be here, because this week's going to be pretty exciting with the weather. And let me see what else. You know, it's really funny. you get to this point and it's like, oh, it should flow, you know, like it usually does, and sometimes it flows and sometimes it doesn't. And, ooh, isn't that interesting? I mean, you can do all kinds of really cool stuff down here. And if you come down to URTV, they have a whole bunch of different things that you can take. You can take the studio, and that means you learn how to do this. And I'll tell you what, if you guys can see in here, there's a whole lot of buttons and knobs, and it's like, holy mama. A lot of really interesting stuff. Yeah, that's Kelly. One of these days you'll get to hear her. And then they also have Field Gear, where you can check out your equipment, like I did for last week's show, and you get to take it out. And then they have editing, which some of the work that you've seen, some of the work, yeah, I edit my own stuff, and I just have a whole lot of fun. Hold on a minute, do we got some music coming in? No? Oh yeah, we do. Do you know where that music's coming in? Oh yeah, I do know where that music's coming in from. See, that's a fun thing about live show. It's just live. You get what you get. And sometimes you get what you pay for and sometimes you don't. But good thing about free access or free public access, well, yeah, okay, so you have to pay for it if you have cable. But you don't really have to pay for it because you can go to Google Video and see my other shows. Google Video under GLoLady TV, and you can check out all my other videos. I have all different kinds. You name the topic that you want and it's probably there, although I do have a whole lot more topics that I can go into. Let's see, what else is exciting in life today? I moved. That's exciting. The test results should be coming back for what I think poisoned Lola, and that ought to be coming back this week. And then I will know who poisoned her. Not necessarily, anything other than, but it's going to be kind of hard to prove, but I'll know who did it, and I guess that's all that matters. My suspicions might be correct and they might not be, but I will have peace of mind. And who poisoned her? A lot of people don't care, and some people think that, anyhow, I'm not going to go into it. That's beside the point. So anyhow, I got a couple more minutes, not many more, but I've had a really fun year, and I look forward to another year. And hopefully I will find some sponsorship, being that we're going to be going live on the internet, and we'll have some international appeal. And that's something I look forward to, because we really don't have any numbers here. Oh, wow, I saw something going. Did you guys see that? That meant that I only have a minute. Can you guys see that? No? All right, well, anyhow, I only have a minute, and then I'm going to get out of here. And one of the important things about that minute that's coming, you have to remember, you can't walk on water if you won't get out of the boat. You be good.